And action. Hey y'all, it's Rach. Sorry I've taken so long to get back to you guys. It's been a long time since I promised I would make another video. Anyways, I'm still alive. It's good. I feel so selfish I'm not making another one, and I've told everyone I would. Well, I can't do anything about it, but anyways, I want to share something with y'all that I read out of this book. It's called, it's almost Save My Life. It's called Life Inside of Me by Kristen Jane Anderson. I highly recommend this book if you feel like you want to end your life completely. What pointed out to me the most that I feel like a lot of people could relate to that have gone through, contemplation of suicide or extreme depression and the thoughts that are racing in their head. These are thoughts that she had before she tried to attempt suicide. And she said, I'm not going to get better. There's no reason I need to be here. Everyone's better off without me. There's nothing I'm supposed to do here. She tried to think of a reason to stay alive, but she couldn't. She was thinking, I'm not a very good example anymore. Everyone's better off without me. Anyway, so I don't have kids of my own. I don't have younger siblings. There's nothing important to me that I know I'm supposed to do. My family, my friends, they'll get over me. I'm just causing pain and problems. This is a night, and this night is icky. This world is the world, and it is disgusting. My life sucks because I'm in this world. It could all be over soon, and then I won't hurt anymore. I'm such a failure. Do I want my life to end? Is the train going to come? Should I end it? So there's these conflicting thoughts that are ping-ponged against her mind faster and faster, and so now she's thinking, it's going to get better. It's going to get better. There's a reason I'm here. Wait, there's no reason I'm here. But there's something I'm supposed to do here, but there's nothing I'm supposed to do here. I wanted to leave, but I didn't know where to go. And she had a chance. She said she was going to kill herself, and it'd soon all be over. Thought, heaven would be better than this. Anything would be better than being on this earth under whatever circumstances I'm under. Anyway, so that's just an example of sort of maybe y'all can relate to how you feel when you're depressed, or that's how sometimes I feel like, and I'm just when I read this book I was like, oh my gosh, that's my thought every single time. I'm like, I've had to make a list of why I'm here and why I shouldn't be here, and how it would be different if I was or if I weren't. Then I make things out to be so much more negative than they are positive, and it's so much easier to look on the negative side of things, because when you're depressed, or when I'm depressed, I feel like, oh, shit, I'm never gonna get out of this. This is not gonna end. And I don't know. I remember there was a comment that someone wrote on the first video that said, you're just trying to get attention, or you're not bipolar, you're intelligent, da da da. And I'm like, look, you know what? I have bipolar does not make me, it's not who I am, but there's a reason I have bipolar disorder, and it's managed, and it's, I have treatment and stuff like that. But to people out there who really think that this is some attention needy thing, I'm sorry you feel that way, and I hope for the best of you, but it's just not very necessary to leave those type of comments. It does bother me a little bit, but I expected that. And I just feel like, if you took the 15 minutes out of your time to watch it, then get something out of it instead of just, you're not bipolar. You're right. I'm not bipolar. I have bipolar disorder. There's a big difference. But anyways, a few months ago, right now, currently, I live in a very toxic family relationship household. It's driving me insane. I feel like Cinderella. I have a little brother, stepsister, stepbrother. They have like king size beds. I'm like the one. I'm not even gonna get into it. I'm just basically the one who is the third child of the family and gets told I'm in a black hole one day. I'm horrible. Like, you've made so many mistakes. You're never gonna change. I don't believe in you. They kicked me out of the house not too long ago. I was homeless for 2 weeks. I ended up with mono, diverticulitis, and just a bunch of stomach problems because I was so upset and cold. And this was like in February or March, and I don't know. Eventually I came home, but I still get told I'm in like this black hole. And then the next day, my mom or my stepdad will be like, "Oh, Rach, you're doing so good. I'm so proud of you. You have such, the capacity to go back to school and, get through all of this and go." And then it's just like the next day, it's like, you're fucked. Excuse my language, but they say, like, well, that sucks for you. I mean, I was in ICU a few weeks ago for a severe asthma attack, and the only person that was there was my best friend, and I didn't even want to call my parents because I knew that they wouldn't care. Maybe they would, but that's not who I needed. It's funny because I went home and I said, "Mom, I've been in the hospital all night. I just want to let you know." And she's like, "Well, what did you do now?" I was like, "Well, I was in ICU. I had an asthma attack and I stopped breathing, and I was in the ambulance and da da da." Her first comment to that was, "That sucks. That's going to be a big bill." Wow, what a slap in the face that is to me. Um, Coming from my own mother, who I know loves me, but that's not showing much love. And correct me if I'm wrong. I just think that's a little weird of your own mother to say that. And I just have to keep looking at things like, it could be worse. It could be worse. I could not have a mom, but I do. I could have died in the hospital, but I didn't. I tried to commit suicide about a month ago over something stupid with my stepdad and my mom, and I took these like scissors that you use for your hand, or for like these cuticle cutter things that were like these blades on them, and I just completely just stabbed my wrist. And I know the difference between, it's just sick. I know the difference between um, cutting vertically versus horizontally, trying to pop a certain vein. And I hope these scars go away. I don't know if you can see them that well. But it's basically like right here, and I try to cover it up with all this crap. But, it's like a reminder. It's like, why would I don't want to do that anymore, because I didn't die and I should have. I have a reason to live. And God, it just pisses me off that this is what it is. But you know what? I have to deal with the cards I was dealt with. And, I feel like God has saved my life. And that's the reason I'm here, because there's a bigger purpose for me than I thought there was. God has plans to prosper me, not to hurt me. Um, and I'm not this big like, oh, I'm gonna read the Bible all the time and go to church, but I believe in Jesus, I believe in God, and that has changed me so much as a person. And people have noticed it, and it's like when something's there, like when the wind is there, you can feel it, but you can't see it. sometimes you may feel an emotion, but others can't see it. It's like that. It's like I know who God is and what He's done for me and who Jesus is, and I know He's there, but I can't see Him physically. Or maybe you don't know. I don't know. That's what saved my life, and I've been trying to find every single possible remedy for this. Some people left comments saying, whatever, you just want attention. You're you're like dumb, or you're too smart. What are you talking about? This makes no sense. And that's fine. It does bother me a little bit that you took your 20 minutes out of your time to watch a video of me explaining this. But if you really feel that way, then just fine, whatever. I guess I feel sorry for you. And your opinion is your opinion. And you don't have to validate that, and I don't have to own that. And I'm not gonna give others that power, of me. I'm not gonna give me being upset, over those comments. That's gonna give them that power of whatever. And it's just silly. It's silly. And I hope the people that really care and really want to help themselves, can understand where I'm coming from, and maybe this will help, maybe it won't. Maybe it seems like I'm rambling, but I feel like I'm in that, like, quote unquote stable part where I can explain how it was a few days ago and a few weeks ago, and how manic and then depressive I was. And a lot of people had questions about, their family, and how they deal with it, and their significant other and whatnot. But I'm actually, whether you're a Christian or not, this book, I haven't finished. I've been reading. It is called The Power of Now: A Guide to Spiritual Enlightenment. And it is it kind of transforms your thinking, from negative to positive. Instead of what ifing, or I wish I did this, I wish, things could go my way. And of course everyone does. Who doesn't wish things could go their way? I mean, come on, really. There are people that are in those pews, that are in church, that have it way worse off than we do. There are people that have $1 billion who are sitting in their beds bawling their eyes out. There are people like me who go through these phases of mood swings and have to find the right stable environment to live in, or else, I'm not going to be capable of moving forward and growing and developing with, what I want to do with my life and what I feel I'm called to do. This book has really helped. I mean, it talks about watching your thoughts, and kind of catching your thoughts when you say things like, I'm so stupid, I'm dumb, I'm this, I'm that, I'm not worthy. And it's like, if you're almost an observer watching your own thoughts and you think that, and you just pause for a second and recognize that, and then correct it. Say, I'm not stupid. I might have done a stupid thing, but that doesn't make me stupid. Also, it's a couple of things in here, that I saw I wanted to point it out was, it's about kind of being present, and not living in the past so much, or worrying too much about the future and where you're going to be, and if you're going to end up having whatever you plan for. It says, being is the eternal, ever-present one life beyond the myriad forms of life that are subject to birth and death. However, being is not only beyond, but also deep within every form as its innermost invisible and indestructible essence. This means that it is accessible to you now as you open your deepest self, your true nature. But don't seek to grasp it with your mind. Don't try to understand it. You can only know it when the mind is still. You can only know it when the mind is still. When you are present, when your attention is fully and intensely in the now, being can be felt, but it can never be understood mentally. To 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 regain awareness of being and to abide in that state of feeling realization is a definition of enlightenment. And enlightenment is going to bring you towards feeling life and feeling full and feeling fulfilled and hopeful and grateful. So um, I just think that it's almost like your ego has to go away so that you can be enlightened with the things that are in your own deep heart of yours. And everyone has a dark side, but who doesn't? We're not perfect. And I'm gonna make another video in a second because I think this one's gonna not be able to upload. It's like 15 minutes. So talk to you in just the moment. All right. Yeah.